Well, hello, everyone. This is Wilson Cole, and I'm president of Adams, Evans & Ross, and I want to talk to you about something that we're seeing more and more of here lately, and that is where clients are entering into settlements and compromising their debt, then turning it over for collections. And in some cases, they just simply don't realize that they've, in essence, taken a settlement, but that's exactly what they've done. So you need to be careful on it. And the biggest three ways that we see where clients accept contracts or modifications is that they'll wind up, number one, they'll say, okay, pay half, and if you give us 3 more placements, then, we'll consider it done. Well, they don't document that in some type of release or some type of documentation. They just kind of do this thing verbally. And so it comes across as, okay, we're going to accept half. Even if they do it in writing, it becomes very subjective, and it just obliterates their agreement and their contract, because what inevitably will happen is they'll get paid that, 25% or that, 50%, whatever they're agreeing to. And then their client doesn't, give them the additional replacements, and they come back to us and say, well, gee, we want to go after because, they only paid us half and we said it was contingent, or, and it's never that clear cut. They say, well, we said that if they gave us some more replacements, we'd look into it. And so anytime you start modifying payment, whether you get us involved, whether you get a local attorney involved, but if you're going to negotiate out some type of payout, you need to have it memorialized with some type of conditional release or amendment to the agreement or something along those lines. Another way that our clients will modify or accept partial payments or settlements is that the debtor or their client will send them a letter or an email that says, hey, we're not going to pay any more than $12,000. I just mailed a check. And then they go ahead and cash the check and then turn it over to us. If they've been notified that that's a settlement in full and they process it, in some states it's more binding than others, but I can tell you on a contingency basis, I'm not going to ever be able to find any of our forwarding attorneys to handle this case on an hour on a contingency rate. In some cases, they may, want to charge you $500 or $400 an hour to try to challenge it. And that's still an uphill battle. In some states, you've absolutely compromised that debt. Another way that they compromise it is they say, I tell you what, we'll go ahead, just keep doing business with us. I'll reissue a credit, or I'll issue you a credit, or I'll reissue an invoice. The second you cut that other invoice, and let's say they don't pay it, and you cut them an invoice, let's say they owed you 30, you send them an invoice for 20, they don't pay the 20, then you send it over to us and say, hey, go after the 30. Unfortunately, since you cut a new invoice, that's probably all that we would be able to get you, or all that you could litigate on if you send it out to an attorney, unless there's again some type of agreement memorializing the discount if it's paid in full. But if all of a sudden there's an invoice, keep in mind, if you sue them, they don't have to prove that they don't owe you. You have to prove that they do. And if there's an invoice for $30,000 and an invoice for $20,000, really, how much do they owe you? And they just have to kind of create a little bit of a cloud. So don't ever reissue an invoice to a debtor unless that's what you're willing to accept, even if they refuse to pay it. If there's anything we can help you with a collection or anything going sideways, get us involved beforehand. Simply, go to our website at staffingdebt.com and book an appointment with myself or one of our credit and collection consultants.
Hey guys, it's Wilson again, and this video was brought to you by Adams, Evans & Ross. And if you like the video, please make sure that you click on the subscribe button and also like the video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those below as well. If you'd like to learn more about our company, please visit our website at staffingdebt.com. And also remember, if there's no collection, there's absolutely no cost at all.